He will demand the truth, and you will pay for your lying remarks, you liberal flying rhino. We will take you out. Your family, your life. You watch your back.
They had assault rifles.
A pipe bomb.
You're gonna get what's coming to you.
They threatened my life.
Couldn't go anywhere without the police officers.
When we had officers on the roof of our building.
I've never had people so engaged and enraged about what we were doing just to ensure that people could vote.
We had go bags ready for my family and my children.
The biggest problem we have right now are the ballots. Millions of ballots going out. What's going to happen on November 3rd when somebody's leading and they said, well, we haven't counted the ballots. We have millions of ballots to count. It's a disaster.
That was picked up by his political allies and perpetuated against election administrators.
This, to me, was an effort to undermine confidence in our entire electoral process.
The national narrative was no early voting, make them go to the polls. You know, you can't trust absentees.
There was certainly unfamiliarity with the process, and people took advantage of that. People exploited that to try to make people question the validity of the system.
And what they were doing was, again, trying to discredit the results if they didn't turn out. And the bullseye was on us.
There were people who showed up outside of election officials' houses, armed, people that showed up outside of offices, threatening phone calls, harassment.
And online discussions about types of ammunition and guns to use on me.
It became a daily occurrence outside of our facility to have anywhere from 50 to 150 individuals outside. Some of them were armed.
There was a fence sort of separating the building from the protesters. And they were armed.
I was walking up the street to the park. And this big Caucasian guy came up to me out of his car and he said, I've been waiting for you, Miss Winfrey. I want to know why you cheated during the election. I want to know why Donald Trump lost. It's your fault.
We were terribly concerned about every threat, everything that was said, because we just didn't know.
I was encountered with a partisan operative campaign manager with his cell phone where he videotaped me hurling insults and accusations. It had over 400,000 views. Commenters were saying we should find out where she lives. We should hang her for treason. She should be shot.
This is not what I expect to have to really run and fight for my life.
We think about that happening in other places around the world, but that's happened in the United States, and it's happened specifically because of the big lie.
This is going to be a fraud like you've never seen. The only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. It's going to be fraudulent. It's going to be fraud all over the place. Who's getting the ballots? Who's sending the ballots? This is stealing millions of votes. This is a rigged election.
I made the decision to go with an all-mail ballot for the primary election.
We had to redo pretty much the entire way that Philadelphia votes, and we only had a couple weeks to do it.
I mailed all applications to all registered voters in the city of Detroit.
Government and industry representatives from the election security community issued a joint statement reflecting a consensus perspective that the 2020 election was the most secure in U.S. history.
Everything that you had written in a playbook as far as like how you normally do things in an election cycle had to be set aside.
We had no idea that we would be having to purchase personal protective equipment at a time when none was available.
We had a lot of senior facilities, churches that were not even open to their own congregations, let alone open their doors and let several hundred people come in and vote.
As you're hearing, the country is seeing record turnout in early voting.
Americans waiting in lines for hours, even braving pouring rain to make their voices heard.
We had a camera in the convention center with a live feed for the network could tap into at any time.
And it was a massive operation, again, 24 hours a day, hundreds of people.
It was very surreal.
We had people coming and signed up to work that November election cycle who had never worked in an election ever before. And a lot of them were people that were college age.
The work that my team did to run this election is about as good as any team in the United States of America has ever done.
Election officials are in this for passion, for service.
They don't do this job to get rich, and they care more about the integrity of elections than anyone I know.
That feeling that you get when elections are over on election night and everything has worked according to plan is a feeling that I can't just describe.
It is so much more than just an exercise we do every 6 months. It's our fundamental right.
And we know that when more people participate, the better off we are.
There is a lot that can be done to help educate lawmakers, educate the public about the process.
Leaders have made it comfortable to be racist, to be so partisan.
It needs to be a bipartisan effort, and there needs to be leadership who's willing to support what we do.
We all need to work together to stop the misinformation.
At its core, America is good. We are good people.
This isn't about how you feel. It's about ensuring that every American who has the legal right to vote gets to exercise that right and participate.